the one, the only, Bencio.
Good afternoon and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube table Enabled Shulchan Aruch Yomi. Today we're doing Siman Reish Chav Ches 228 Birkas Yamim Naharos. The blessing when you see notable oceans, notable rivers, notable mountains, mountain ranges. There's a bracha to say if you didn't know that. Aleph al Yamim Naharos Har Magvos and Midbaros, on oceans, rivers, mountains. I believe Gvos are mountain ranges. Midbaros, big deserts. If it's name recognizable, you've heard the name before, it's probably warrants a bracha. It's an additional bracha to make on the biggest yam, the biggest ocean in the world. Now, what exactly is this biggest ocean in the world? There's two opinions listed in the Mishnah Berurah. Some say it means the Mediterranean Sea, which is not exactly an ocean. And some say it's the Atlantic Ocean, which seems to be a little problematic. It's interesting. I'll read the Mishnah Berurah. V'nikra Yam HaGadol ne'chashivuto shel Eretz Yisrael. Arhabe achronim pligel mechaber. Asfilu dafka al Yam HaOkiyanos. Sheyu Yam HaGadol shebachal Yamim. Shemakiv es kol ha'olam. Allah kavod bracha b'nei atzam ne'gadlo. Okay. All right. This is not true. I mean, the Atlantic Ocean is not the biggest ocean in the world. The biggest ocean, almost double the Atlantic Ocean, is the Pacific Ocean. So I don't know why he called Okeanos. I don't know. Very interesting. I'll tell you an interesting story. When I was younger, I was maybe like 22 or 23 years old. I was learning in Israel, and we had Bein Hazmanim. We had the period between, towards the end of the summer, we had 3 weeks off. And they're going on a trip. I don't know, some friends of mine encouraged me to go on a trip. We went to the Dead Sea. So I was learning these halachos, halachos brachos at this point. I think I was learning these simonim. I just learned these halachos. And I said, Yam HaGadol must be the Dead Sea. I had no clue on geography. And my friends were like, you're not going to actually say the bracha. I'm like, yes, if it says it in the Shulchan Aruch, I'm going to say the bracha. And I remember saying this bracha on the bus when I first saw the Jordan River. And obviously the Jordan River is not Yam HaGadol. I think they said the bracha Yam HaGadol because I thought it was the Mediterranean. I didn't understand there was the Mediterranean and Jordan River, which are on opposite sides of Israel. Maybe I said Ma'aseh Bereshis, which would have been good because we'll see Ma'aseh Bereshis. The Jordan River does warrant Ma'aseh Bereshis, but the bracha Yam HaGadol definitely not in the Jordan River. So I said a bracha levatala, but now I'm doing tshuva because I didn't remember that I made this mistake till now. Just can't die in mind when I learned these halachos. Because lo al gvo ana kol na'aros mavara. You don't make the bracha on all the rivers in the world. Elo arba na'aros tichsiv b'kra. Only the 4 that are mentioned in the Torah. Kamo chidek elopras. There's 4 rivers at the beginning of the Torah that come from Gan Eden. Tigris, the Euphrates, everyone knows about. The other one is the Nile, and the other one is probably the Jordan River. I would add probably other noteworthy rivers also, like the Amazon, which is probably the biggest river in the world. In some respects, the Nile is bigger than the Amazon. In some respects, the Amazon is bigger than the Nile. In some respects, go check it out. They're pretty much, head to head. It's a tight matchup. It's like Ronaldo against Messi. And Mississippi River in America, noteworthy. If it has name recognition, it probably warrants a bracha. So you don't. It has to be a place that naturally it was the river. If a place, a lot of times artificially, people can change the direction of the river, and that place you wouldn't make the bracha because it wasn't Ma'aseh Bereshis. It wasn't. It was based on people did, not based on Hashem. Gimel v'lo kol ha'harim milgvos. You don't make a bracha on all the mountains and all the mountain ranges. They're specifically really big, like Mount Everest, Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, if you know where that is, Mount Aconcagua in Argentina, and mountain ranges. The most famous mountain range is probably the Himalayan, where you have that Mount Everest, and the Andes in South America, which has Mount Aconcagua. America Maybe the Appalachian Mountains. Um, Alaska has a pretty tall mountain. Also, it's called used to be called Mount McKinley. Now it's called Mount Denali. But on those, the top 5 or top 7 mountains, tallest mountains, and the biggest mountain range. If it's notable and people recognize, people have heard about it. A lot of people ask them, not in the front world, but in the regular world sector where they've heard of these things, then you make a bracha. And same thing for desert, Sahara Desert. It has to be noteworthy. It has to be something which people have heard about, not just people in America. People in America I don't know anything about the world. International people heard about. Then you would make a bracha on these things because they're spectacular. You're blessing God for creating these wondrous things. Stay tuned for Ian to lean on, where I talk about the special bracha Yam HaGadol and how I vehemently argue on what the Mishnah Berurah says. Ian to lean on coming up next.